Hello and welcome to another episode of the FPL Hangover podcast, where we raise the bar and lower the tone all things FPL related. We are coming to you on the 29th of March, and we're coming back after an international break, which was well timed because we managed to keep ourselves occupied with a certain St. Paddy's Day. Speaking of Paddy, how often do you get to do that segue? I'm not here alone. I'm joined by my podcast partner in crime, Patrick Brown. How are you getting on, my friend?
I'm getting on great. That was very official there, Patrick Brown. I feel like I'm almost in trouble, Jer.
I just said Paddy too much, and then I was like,
All right.
I'll switch it. I was afraid I was maybe giving out too much information. I was like, but then if you can't deduct, that your name is Patrick from your surname Paddy, then, or deduce, I should say. Yeah. Anyway, how have you been keeping? How's the international break been treating you?
Yeah, it's been good. Everything was going great until I was doxxed, but yeah, totally fine.
I'll restart it. I'll take it again.
No, I'm only joking.
I'm joking. You get up to much? Have you been looking at FPL at all? Have you been, your head firmly planted up your ass like usual?
Firmly up my ass as usual. I actually switch off a little bit from
yeah, me too.
FPL. I know you do, yeah, but I mean, like I still have a wee glance at the Twitter for all the weird, so not weird, funny polls and just the craziness that comes out when the FPL goes away for a couple of weeks, and I take the odd glance and I see people actually talking about FPL and planning for shit that
makes me sick.
Makes me arsehole vomit.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. It's just, I mean, I think it's just because I start feeling bad then that I don't want to look at anything. I'm like, no. It's like when you have to get up for fucking school or, for work, and you're just like, I really don't want to get out of bed. I want to just keep this blanket of international break blanket, wrapped around me and not worry about the next 9 game weeks. Yeah.
And there was a time where I used to be like, oh, I can't wait the international break is over to get back into FPL. Like back in the honeymoon period with FPL, but now I just really embrace the break and enjoy it.
I think it depends. I mean, I think like the break at the start of the year, when everything's starting to get going, like your game week 4 usually is an international break.
Yeah, I hate those.
I hate those because you're just kind of getting into it and blah blah. But this time, I think it's getting to the planning stage, or at least if you have a rake of chips left, it's getting to that. What am I going to do now? Same with Christmas, it's getting to that kind of congested fixture, maybe a double game week kind of phase, and you just don't want to think about it. But at the start of the season, I hate international breaks, but
yeah, no, I 100% agree. I concur.
What is your plan for the rest of the season? You've got 1 chip left. Are you gonna?
I have 1 chip left, Jared, but I'm not ready to discuss that yet because first of all, I would like to know how you got on in game week 30.
That's a good shout.
And then I want to tell you how I got on.
I was trying to just skip past that. You caught me.
Yeah, I'm on to you, Jared.
Yeah, you did. You beat me last week.
Oh, there we go. Do you want to talk about the next fixtures now?
Yeah. No. I mean, look, my score was a pretty abysmal score, 40 points. I did only feel, I think it was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players in the end, because I got on the end of that whole Rafinha, Martinelli absence, Ramsdale, I suppose technically as well.
That was horrible.
Yeah, but I didn't use any chips, so I was expecting a bit of a dull score anyway, and it wasn't the end of the world. Red arrow. I'm down to 30k now, so but I've got a rake of chips left, so I'm not too focused on that yet. I think that's
you survived it. You survived. It wasn't like a massive red or anything, was it? Like
no, it wasn't. I think it was
manageable,
very manageable. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it was a green of like a K or something like that, because the week before that went absolutely shit. But we've already discussed that. But yeah, in general, 40 points. I was a part of that lucky crew that got the Jimenez -2. I was silly enough to transfer him in though, so it was kind of an extra pain, but I didn't captain him, so at least I'm saved from that. But enough about my 40.
No, who did you captain?
I captained Harry Kane. He got 26 of my 40 points.
Oh wow!
So I mean, like, I think, as I said, I just had Saz 1 point, Davies, Kulusevski, Kane, and Saka. So it's basically Saka and Kane carrying my ass through that game week. You had a bit of better fortune though.
I had an amazing 46 points.
Yeah,
and
whopping.
No chips used. And how many players do I have? 1, 2. Oh shit!
What?
I had 6 players.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We kind of had a
Yeah.
similar enough.
So yeah, Saka saved me, and I had captain Son. So Son got me 30 points,
Yeah,
and so it was
outscored Harry
basically
Kane.
yeah, it's basically Son and Saka, 2 players.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
you don't have to brag that hard about it, Paddy. Okay, but you did come out on top.
Amazing. Yeah, I did.
I was happy though to put that behind and get into the international break. Though that was the thing.
So for game week 30, out of the 3 of us, me, you, and Seamus, like I won that game week.
You did, and for that you get to donate €50 of your own money to a charity of your choice.
Wow.
And if you don't, then you've just taken €50 from that charity.
Okay, well then I'm going to take €50 from.
Yeah, you picked a charity that you want to deny the money that you were never going to give to. Imagine you did that every week. You did reverse
the Russian
charity.
Federation, something.
Yeah,
whatever.
exactly. You just do reverse charity. I mean, all
Yeah.
of the good stuff is taken. We're going to do the opposite. We'll make our name somehow. No such thing as bad publicity. But but looking at things FPL, I mean, game week 31 is just around the corner. I'm pretty sure the double game week was announced, as in like the Everton Burnley fixture was announced before the last pod, but I can't remember. It feels like fucking a month ago. But yeah, so we've got the Burnley and Everton double this week. But other than that, standard enough game week. How are you? How are you looking for game week 31?
Well, do you know what? I'm not looking at my team here and thinking I'm going to get a whole load of points, but I will be able to field a full 11.
Yeah.
You know, so that's something.
Especially after the last fucking week.
Yeah, I mean, like Jimenez is obviously the elephant in the room here, isn't he? Like,
yeah, there's a lot of managers asking themselves what they're gonna do, and I suppose that kind of brings us to
Weghorst.
Yeah, he's like, you know, it's. It feels like only a couple of weeks ago we were talking about this guy, but
I know, and there feels to be an agenda around him.
Yeah, you kind of alluded to that before we started recording. How do you mean?
I mean, like apparently he's like the plague. I mean, like if you look, they're like, oh, not Weghorst, no, you know. I just see a lot of negativity around him, and fair enough. Maybe that's, you know, that has merit, but don't Burnley have a lot of fixtures coming up?
They do indeed. I think that's the other side to that. I mean, I get the argument against him. I mean, he plays for Burnley. I think they've got like incredibly like the 19th team ranked for shots or something like that. Really low scoring team. So I mean, I get the arguments against it, but again, like you just said, I think Burnley have 5 fixtures the next 3 game weeks. So they have a double this week, and they have a double in game week 33. Which, you know, I mean, that's nothing to be sniffed at. But I mean, I don't think I'd be going into it expecting a heap of points. I mean, that's you have to have realistic expectations with something like a Weghorst. Because I'm the same as you. I think I have Jimenez sitting there. I could just. I kind of want to have a double game week player one way or another. And I mean, the fact that Burnley's first fixture is Man City. That's doesn't, you know, doesn't really fucking scream clean sheet.
Doesn't get you hard.
Doesn't get me hard. But on the other side of that, then we talked about Jimenez. He's missing a bunch of matches now because he's red. Ramsdale, who's a very highly owned keeper. Do you have Ramsdale? I'm a Ramsdale.
I have Ramsdale as well. Yes.
He's currently flagged. He's got a hip injury. I think something that's going to keep him out for could be a couple of weeks. He pulled out of the international break with it anyway. So I mean, obviously everything, like every week we caveat it with wait until the pressers for more information, but like there's a good chance he's out for a few weeks. You could look at Pope, you know, if you didn't want to do the Weghorst thing and you still want a bit of that Burnley action. But I know speaking of agendas, there's always a bad attitude towards goalkeeper transfers as well. I find, you know, it's
and like
snubbed.
do you think the sub keeper, like most people, like there has to be a good few people with Foster there, yeah?
Yeah, there is, but I mean, what, Foster at home or away to Liverpool on?
Yeah, but I mean to save that old goalkeeper transfer, like if you just take that.
See, now you're playing into that narrative. You're feeding that agenda as well. What's wrong with a goalkeeper transfer?
I mean, well, I'm just saying, fair enough, but I mean, like Foster after Liverpool, they've got like Leeds and Brentford. I mean, like, can we not at least expect?
That's a good point. That's a very good point.
Maybe a clean sheet, maybe a few save points. I mean,
no,
they'll be safe. I have Foster,
Yeah.
so I'm just trying to. I don't want to spend a transfer on my goalkeeper.
And I think you're right. I mean, I'm just
Yeah,
kind of playing devil's advocate in the
yeah,
sense
I
that
know.
if you didn't want to go down the Burnley attacking route, then if you were sitting there with a Ramsdale, maybe that's an easy justification for someone like a Nick Pope, you know.
Yeah,
But as we mentioned, like that Man City fixture isn't too hopeful for them, and I mean Everton like are pretty shit right now. But they have to be. I mean, both teams, to be fair, are swinging for the fences at the moment. Like they've got only a couple of game weeks left to, avoid relegation. Everton have been so shit. I don't know. I wouldn't
that's
be. I'm expecting them to, to come out fighting, but who knows? Maybe that's the trick. Maybe it's something like a DCL this week.
yeah. If you have the funds for him, but I mean, like, I don't know. I'm just still looking here at my back line. Jer, I'm still looking at my goalkeeper. I'm looking at Trent as well.
He's yellow flagged.
He's yellow flag, but I mean, we're not getting rid of Trent. Like, I mean, that'd be crazy because you're not getting him back in
Well,
once he goes. That he's gone.
but see, I don't know. I mean, it kind of depends on your situation. It depends on how many. Like, if you have a wild card left, for example, like if you look at Trent's fixtures and
Hmm.
they, if he was confirmed out this week, now that hasn't been confirmed yet, but say he is out this week, he's got
Right, against Watford.
yeah, and you take the chance that, he doesn't play this week, then you don't really give a shit about the City match. I would be happy to not own him.
Yeah, that's like a bonus.
Yeah, it's like, okay, grand. And then it's the Man United match in 33 when there's, a load of other teams doubling. I mean, I don't know. I think you could sit it out for a while, especially if you had a wild card in that back pocket. But if I
Yeah,
was like yourself, someone doesn't have a wild card, or
yeah.
I would be, he's not leaving my team.
But you would be itching to have him in for those last few games. Like then after the United game, I think on 34, it's Everton, Newcastle, Spurs, fair enough, Southampton and Wolves. Like, I mean, and you ain't getting him back.
No, you're right. Like, I mean, you do.
No, with the
want
price that he is now, what isn't he? 8.3 or no, he's 8.4.
Yeah, I think did he drop
He is 8
recently? I think he dropped a couple of days ago. The price changes have
Yeah.
been non-existent since the game week 30 ended. Yeah, I mean, look, you're right, but I mean, look across the other side of it. Then, do you have Cancelo?
No,
There you go. I mean,
and I
Cancelo.
have Robertson, so
Yeah, so I'm saying, like, so you like Cancelo is like, I don't have Cancelo, so we're kind of opposite
yeah,
sides of the coin there. And I'm looking at Man City's fixtures. Obviously, a nice away fixture against Burnley, and then that toughie in Liverpool, or that toughie against Liverpool at home. But then, man, like Man City have Brighton, Watford, Leeds, Newcastle. Probably like there's also a double to be thrown in there as well for City. So I mean, like their fixtures turn fucking sexy, but yeah, I mean, I think ideally it's both, isn't it, Cancelo and Trent at least after game week 32.
yeah. Like, and just looking at that, and you got me thinking there. Like, if I did get rid of Trent this week,
I just said you shouldn't. You don't have a wild card. But
I know,
yeah,
but I mean, I'm just right. If I did, like, because chatting about City's fixtures, I have Robertson,
yeah.
and I bring in Cancelo, and then maybe I take a -4 and I get rid of Jimenez.
For who?
I mean that's exactly what I'm getting to. Like that opens me up to better options than Weghorst.
Yeah, I mean, like, does it though? That's the thing. Is
Yeah,
there that
yeah.
many better options up front these days, buddy? Unless it's
Well,
going to suddenly turn Jimenez into Harry Kane, which you wouldn't.
Affordable and in form. I could go Cucho, Pookie, and Inks.
Actually, yeah, I don't know what I'm talking about. The forwards are just lining up for us.
They're
this
lining
season.
up, yeah. So I think I'll just keep Trent.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. But I am intrigued by the Cancelo situation for someone like myself who hopped off there. Like he has, I think he's got the 13th. I think I read this today on Scout. He's the 13th player with the with shot count outfield player in the whole league.
Wow.
For a fucking.
I'm just gonna make that move now.
Don't do it. You also did that. I nearly fell for it again. But yeah, no, I'm like, yeah, I don't know. I just think he could definitely. I mean, if you have Robertson.
Yeah, I'm open to do that then. Like, I mean, like,
because you've got to be looking ahead to Yeah, I guess I'm just thinking you don't have. We've just two different mindsets at the moment. I'm looking at chips and what damage I can do to my team that I can fix, and you're
Yeah,
looking at how do I make some ground up without absolutely
shagging the team.
shagging my team up. I mean, we'll have to wait until a bit of further information comes out.
Yeah.
Regarding
We'll
Trent.
chill on that. But I guess the Jimenez replacements all depends on what kind of money you have left, and I guess the obvious one there is Weghorst.
Here's Whitehorse, yeah.
I mean, like, let's not fucking mess about. Like, fair enough. He might play
City's
for
a
an
shit
ugly
one.
team and have a weird looking name, but I mean, he's cheap.
I don't think the Irish are any to be talking about weird names.
He's cheap. He's cheap, and he's got loads of fixtures. Like he's a doubler.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. He's a doubler,
Yeah, so
and I mean, I wouldn't be captaining him, and we'll talk about captaincy later on in the show. But I definitely want a bit of that fucking double. I don't want to be going into this week without some Burnley player. But I also know he's going to be sitting there with like 3 points, two appearance points, and 4 appearance points in yellow. That's what I'm expecting out of it.
like if I do nothing at the moment, I'm playing like a 4-5-1 with Broja as my lone striker.
That's your lone strike. So yeah, I mean, you must be thinking to yourself,
my strikers are shit at the minute.
But the striker situation in the entire fucking game is shit.
Yeah,
with the exception of Harry Kane. I mean, you transferred in Tony last week.
Mm-hmm.
That
I knew that was going to haunt me, but I mean, like, I had to. Well, we knew it. I knew that Chelsea next and his fixtures are shit, but I had to. Like, I had no team. I had to make up an extra player.
Yeah. I was jealous. I was like, fuck. I wouldn't mind, especially after the him and his red card, because I was debating between the two. I was like, I should have just went Tony. And yeah, whatever. That didn't work out too well for his owners either. But yeah, I think we're kind of struggling for any decent up top options this season.
The funny thing about that whole thing, because last week there was like such a fucking the information about Rafinha.
Yeah.
And what to do with him and all this, and then he ended up scoring more points than Jimenez anyway.
Rafinha.
Yeah.
Rafinha didn't play last week.
Yeah, and Jimenez got -2.
Oh yes, yeah, I'm such an idiot. I was like, what? But yeah, I know you're right. You actually ended up doing less damage than
fucking Jimenez.
Yeah, but that Rafinha news was a right pain in the bum.
It was shit, and I think and I did fill out the fantasy football fucking thing. That they kept pushing it on you to do the survey.
No, book one.
Yeah, I filled out the survey. And I would definitely suggest everyone fill out that survey and just tell them to bring the deadline. Just give us even
feedback thing.
Yeah, it was a good survey. Like it is interesting.
What so bring the deadline. What?
I would move the deadline right up. Fuck it. Don't be giving right up to the last 10 minutes or whatever,
or something like that.
Half an hour. Don't be stopping the deadline.
I don't know.
Give us the lineup.
Oh, you mean just go full Sky and just have the lineup for the first fixture?
I mean,
they did the absolute opposite last year. They took away any chance.
Yeah, that's because the team leaks were fucking people over in New Zealand and all these countries far away to play the game. Yeah, no offense.
Get up before the deadline, no matter what time it is in your country.
Yeah, we all know it's they cater the game for the casual player. Like, even though fucking 4 million of them stopped playing the game, and I'm going to rant this. I mean,
go for it.
Cater to the game to the people that actually play and care about the game. Chair.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, like, let's fuck the deadline out altogether. Give us the team news first, and then let us make our transfers. Why? Well, you know what I mean?
I don't know if I agree with that. I think
Why
I don't
not?
know. I don't know if I disagree, but I would.
But it turn you on. Like, did you like not knowing what to do with Rafinha?
Yeah, I kind of do. That's the thing. I think that's like I just I'm a glutton for punishment. But no, I mean, I don't like not knowing, but you also don't know if any of that's true. Do you know what I mean? Like, how many times have you seen? Like, I wasn't sure. I mean, I think it was pretty much confirmed, all right, with the Rafinha thing, but I don't take any of that really.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying give us the fucking team
but then
before.
You have a whole different fucking kettle of fish. That first fixture in the game week has way more fixture in the day, I should say, has way more weight on it. I mean, I'm not saying don't, but I also just don't really. Well, yeah, I'm kind of trying to counter your give us up till the end, But then,
Yeah.
why? Just so you can see the teams for that one match?
Well, I didn't like not knowing what to do with Rafina. Like, I mean, that could have that was an important few points for
Yeah.
my relegation battle.
But sure, you would probably just transferred in fucking Harvey Barnes for -4 and broke
Yeah, well,
barely
let
even.
me do it. Let me do it. Give me the choice.
It's my FPL
It's
team, my
team.
choice. Yeah.
You know, the deadline, pushing the deadline back, it's too far back.
Yeah, I get it. I mean, I get it. I think maybe, but I've always kind of said they should add wackier things to it anyway.
Free Rockstar.
Free him out. Yeah, let him out there. Let him out. Let him loose on the public.
Yeah.
But yeah. I mean, it's not going to save us from any of the torturous decisions that are coming.
Well,
up.
at least it kind of will with the first game.
Yes. No, it will. It will.
And then anyway, we've got the rest of the games to suffer. You know, whatever. Our team has been picked, and we suffer the consequences from then on. But give us the fucking deadline. You know, don't fuck about with that first deadline.
We're gonna have to start some kind of movement.
I can't even breathe. I feel a weight off my shoulder getting that out off my chest. You know.
You look lighter. You look like
I had that all over the international break. I've been waiting to release that.
Sorry about
all over you.
You probably had to. Oh god, I'm so glad these are virtual. I don't know if I could handle live in person, Paddy. But what else has been bothering you over the international break regarding FPL?
Nothing really else. I know I'm having a bad season. Like, I don't care too much. I think I'm just focused on trying to finish in the top 300k at the minute, and at the minute I think I'm going to do it.
700k. I think it's doable.
Do you think top 100k is doable? Because I'd really love that.
I don't think so. I mean, if I had your score and one free hit left, I'd probably say no.
Yeah, so I should be happy to take the top 300k.
I think you take what you're given. You know, like, just keep climbing. That's the way. I know it's cliche, but like literally game week by game week. You know, it's just like I don't care. I would just be aiming for a green arrow every week and not give a fuck about it to the end. Because I mean, as far as you're concerned, you're already going to probably write this season off as, you know.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm writing this off like Liverpool's title season, like with an asterisk. It was another COVID-ridden stupid season.
That didn't exist.
Yeah. It doesn't matter.
Does anyone even remember the last 2 years? I don't think so.
No.
But you do. I mentioned there you've the one chip, one free hit. Everyone's talking like obviously there's the Burnley and Everton topic this week, but also game week 33. Like, what's everyone going to do about that? Blanks for Villa and Leeds. I mean, you don't have any Villa. You have Rafinha. You have a free hit, so you're not really stuck at it. I think it's not like you're being raped for players. Like you'll be able to avoid that. But are you interested in playing it in 33?
100%. That's my Hail Mary. That's my Hail Mary for the top 200k.
I was hoping you'd say no. I'm going to go play it in a different week, and then we'd have a back and forth.
Well, no, I'm going 33.
Yeah, you just said that, and now I have to scrap this entire segment.
But sure, I
just
fucking told you off the fucking air that I was going 33. I mean, I am definitely going 33 because, I mean, we said it, right? You said 33, but I was going 33 anyway, I think.
33 dirty nights, that's what I said. I said,
yeah, 36 is, yeah. 36 is the beautiful looking one, isn't it?
Well, 36 is the monster double game week that everyone
the
is
monster
kind of
one.
prepping for, yeah.
Yeah, so here's my theory on it, and it's yours as well, I think. This is it. So I have time now to prepare for game week 36.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I know all these fucking, guys that held the 2 free hits and all. They're fine, but they're laughing. But I mean, I can prepare for 36 quite well.
Yeah.
33,
and it's worth noting. Sorry to cut across you just for a second, Paddy,
but
it's worth noting that like the fixtures haven't been released for 36 yet. You know, we're still waiting for these TV fixtures to be announced, and so I mean, like, waiting is going to give you more information regardless. Here, it's not like you can plan. You know what I mean? But go on, sorry.
Exactly, and it's not like I'm going to activate my free hit now for 33 either. But I mean, at the moment, we do know that like there's some big teams going to have
Yeah.
the doubles. We don't know what the doubles are. They could be like really shit, but I mean, they mightn't be either. Anyway, whole different kettle of fish. 36 is the monster one. 33 is the one where I think if you've got big, massive balls, and you really, really, because I'm doing it, and you really
checked.
and you really want to go after it, you can build a real good, decent team of differential players that people won't be able to do. Whether everyone is on the same front for 36, you free hitting 36, there's chances there those guys right now are able to build a similar team
100%,
for your free hitting 36. Where as in 33, I can just go fucking nuts, paint the Sistine Chapel.
Yeah, no, I think you are hitting the nail on the head there in the sense that 33 has, for me, I mean, obviously this is team dependent, no shit, but like for me, it's a bunch of teams doubling in 36 or in 33 that. Man, how horrible a word is that for fucking Irish people to do? Jesus, the worst game week to have a double. We have to keep talking about it. But 33 has a bunch of teams that like I wouldn't want to hold on to too much. The likes of, we mentioned Burnley are doubling in it, obviously. But Leicester, Man United, I hate saying it, but I don't want their assets long term. Newcastle, Southampton.
Keep talking dirty to me.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? Like, they're all a bunch of players that are a bunch of teams that I would be happy to say bye-bye after that game week and just move on.
Yeah, like, because United are playing Norwich, aren't they?
Norwich and Liverpool,
yeah. So you're going to have, like, a little United player in there, and then whatever happens in Liverpool, like, you never know, could get, like, an fucking goal. It's a bonus, but you're really taking them for the Norwich game that no one else is going to take a United player in for, with an escape plan.
I mean,
because there's no cheap ones.
Well, see, that's the thing. You're not going to really. I mean, you could make an argument that Sancho is reachable, but the likes of Ronaldo or Fernandes and stuff like
those are the two you want. I mean, like, you're going to take one of them at least.
I think so. Yeah, I think you could make a very safe argument for Sancho as well. But they're the two you're going to look to target if you're going in on that Norwich fixture. But you've like, what scares me about that, about 33 is basically that. To do it the way you're talking about, you're kind of taking a risk. I'd imagine Liverpool against United that game week, Paddy. How many Liverpool players are you going to have?
I'm probably going to have two.
Who?
Probably Salah and Robertson. Or not, maybe even Salah and Jota. Who knows?
Take two Liverpool? No, I mean, if you're free hitting that week, you're free hitting into two Liverpool midfielders.
Well, yeah, you've kind of caught me, right? I mean, like, I haven't actually.
I think my point was, sorry, I did kind of blindside you there a bit. I think just to clarify, I
need to look at the other fixtures and all as well.
But I'm just kind of wondering, like, if you were free hitting
Liverpool.
No, of course not. But if you're free hitting that week, it's a Liverpool at home to Man United. So how much do you really want to put into that? Especially if Liverpool progress in the Champions League and all that kind of shit. No, obviously.
Yeah, well, I'll probably have two. Maybe I'll probably obviously it'll be Salah, but if I have another one, like I'm fine with Liverpool going forward after that. But I might, because it's my free hit, I might just have even one. I might just have Salah,
or have
and I might
none.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Well, I'm thinking if I was you, I'd have none. I'd be like just betting completely against the odds.
Because going for the theory of what I'm saying is may as well.
Yeah.
Why stop it?
Fuck it. It's just 1 week.
Yeah. Exactly. And for my war where I am, I might as well just fucking push all my chips into the table and like fucking fuck Salah out, fuck them all out, bring in Harry Kane up front, Ronaldo. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Harry Kane's a single fixture that week as well.
Go home.
100%. Harry Kane is a single fixture that week, but it's a home against Brighton, and I think there's a lot more appealing, especially because you got to feed your bias a little bit, and we're United fans, so it gives you the perfect excuse to not have any reason to root for Liverpool in that match. I mean, not that you would anyway, but you get me.
Yeah, of course.
You're like, okay, grand. And I'm saying that then for someone like me who is trying to obviously climb the ranks, but is happy enough with where they are and how the season's going, to go against Salah after what he did in the reverse fixture this game week, if that blew up in your face, like, I mean, it's a big question. Like, that's fucking you, effective ownership boys. Do you know? Yeah. I think I'd probably stick with him. I think I probably will stick with him on the free hit. But for the likes of yourself, who's just swinging for that
Yeah.
100k mark, I wouldn't fucking think twice about it. I'd be like,
No,
good
I
to go.
probably won't. You know what? I'll bring in a wee city player maybe there, and I'll have one of the. I think I'll want to have one of those. I know they're not Dublin. I'll definitely have a couple of Leicester, depending.
Hmm.
I'm just looking at these others.
See-
Weghurst will probably make it in.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, there's lots of possibilities there.
that's the thing. I actually kind of looking at the game week here, and I mean, I've heard arguments against it. I've heard,
Yeah.
really solid arguments like, basically, a lot of the team players you already have, the likes of Harry Kane at home to Brighton and
Yeah, well, I don't.
Liverpool. No, you don't, but you've Son, for example.
Yeah, but
you
I'm
know?
just saying though. Yeah.
So those Spurs assets, for example, you already
The-
have triple Arsenal.
yeah.
To get me Arsenal Dublin up that week anyway. So it's triple. You go in on Burnley for game week 31. You're going to have them for 33 as well. So you can make a totally valid argument to suggest that you don't need to free hit that week. But
Yeah.
I mean, there's definitely a couple of teams in there I'd be happy to target. The likes of Leicester, the likes of Newcastle even, and then ship them out. Boom, gone.
Exactly, and I think that if I do, which I am going to free hit, I will probably go a fucking team that is nothing like my team right now. I will just go
differential
all
city.
in. Yeah. Just fuck it. It's a 1 week
Yeah, exactly.
wonder. It can't go. I mean, fair enough. We all know.
Yeah,
the
famous last
word.
words.
It can't go completely wrong.
Oh.
It'll be an interesting pod for the next one after.
Yeah.
But, I think we've made great sense in our argument for the free hit in 33. But of course, there will be another pod before 33, and we will have more information for 36 as well.
It'll be at least 2 more pods.
Yeah, there will be. Yeah.
Yeah, because
But I mean,
there's still a shit ton of information to be released. Now we mentioned the fact that the TV fixtures are still to be announced, but I mean, there's also European action for, obviously the likes of Liverpool and City, and Chelsea, but even West Ham, Leicester, they're still in Europe. They're still kind of running deep in their competitions. So you don't know. I mean, like that Leicester double, if they're focusing on Europe by 33, that mightn't be so appetizing,
yeah,
But
100%.
so there's still a load of shit to figure out. But I'm glad that we're both leaning towards free hit 33 because I don't know. I think I just took it for granted. But prior game weeks, I was like, yeah, 33 seems like the obvious game week, and then all of a sudden, you have people coming out and explaining why you shouldn't do it, and you're going, yeah, that does also make sense. But I'm glad I'm able to confirm my bias on this show. It's the only reason we do it.
Yes.
Um,
Fuck everyone else's opinion.
Yeah, something else we didn't touch on a while ago. We talked about Trent being flagged, and the likes of Cancelo as a replacement. A certain Reece James is back in training for Chelsea. I think he didn't obviously go to the internationals this time, and he's on the edge of a return. Have you any interest in Reece James, Paddy, or do you think with his injury it's best, and the Champions League, which is in between game week 31 and 32, I believe, is it too soon?
No, I think that the international one was the usual.
Well, he did miss that fixture, didn't he, before it as well?
Yeah, but I think that God, he's got nice fixtures. I think that when he does come back this time, he's back in.
I agree. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the end of it. He's had his.
But they're not going to play him we'll say if he plays this weekend against Brentford, and then they have Atletico Madrid or Real Madrid, and then they have Real Madrid during the week in the Champions League.
Well, I don't think they're going to risk him against Brentford.
That's what I'm saying. So you think he's out this week?
So I'm not going to bring him. He's not. I wouldn't be bringing him in for Trent or anything. I think the Cancelo one would be the
way to go.
Straight up. I mean, people, if somebody's wild card, maybe they can plan to drop him for the week. But I mean, I don't know how many people are going to be wild carding right now this game week.
Well, no one I would imagine for 31.
No.
But, no, I tell a lie, Betty, because I also chatted to you about this before we started recording, and I am in that situation where I could.
Yeah, well, you could wild card.
How
many fucking chips have you got left?
I've got wildcard, bench boost, free hit left. So 3 chips.
Fucking
that seems to be, of the people with chips left, that seems to be the general 3. And obviously the wildcard 34, bench boost 36 is possible. But it's not beyond the realms of possibility that I just don't free hit in 33.
And you was
A bench boost. You could make an argument for a bench boost in 33.
you could, yeah.
Especially if you wanted to keep on to your premium players like your Salahs and your Kane and kind of just attack those weak ass teams, with cheap assets, and bench boost them.
Yeah, you have that
Headache.
you have that in your locker. Yeah, it's a headache, but I think that you stick to your guns with the free hit in 33, and it's so nice building teams with a free hit, isn't it?
It is. Have you had a go? I mean, I'm
Yeah, I
veering
did.
dangerous into tangent. We won't go into it now because I do want to save something for that week. We've actually been focusing on nothing but 33, but yeah, I mean, I've had a look at it, and yeah, I'm happy with with the team I can take out in that week. As in like to use the chip. But we'll see what way it pans out, and we'll see what way the land lies after game week 31. Before we head over to the mini league updates, game week 31 captaincy.
Yes.
That's a bit of a shout. Who are you leaning at right now?
Salah and Son Vice.
So if I'm bringing my team up,
I probably should be going with Son captain and maybe Salah Vice. Do you know what I mean?
You read my mind. Yeah, because I have currently my captain's armband is on Kane now. That's potentially just
they're the three amigos.
Kane, Son, and Salah.
I think that's that's the three options.
Well, it's basically the Spurs or the Liverpool fixture this week.
Yeah, that's where the movement will be, won't it?
Well, I mean, like I don't know. I think that's where we'll see a bit of a divide. I think Salah at home to Watford is going to be massive, effective ownership wise, and the only thing that'll rival him is Kane. I think there's also plenty of decent shouts like that Chelsea against Brentford match looks fucking lovely. I think is it City have Burnley away to Burnley, and wouldn't be too worried about that. So I mean there is a couple of outliers that you could look at, but I think everyone's going to be for me. I have it written down here: Salah / Kane. Question.
Yeah, I mean, like if you put a gun to my head now and you says pick a captain, like I'm putting it on Salah. That's my if I had to survive.
Would you think he gets rested? Like you said, he played tonight, missed a penalty, didn't he?
Yeah, he missed a penalty, and Egypt are out.
Yeah, and then Dave Watford's first match. We all know not to captain a player in the first match of the game week.
Oh yeah, that old one.
Yeah, but like he's got early kickoff Saturday, and then Champions League midweek. You worried about rotation?
No, I think Klopp. I think that's all out of the way now. I think that Salah, he's going to want to feed the beast.
Yeah, I think with the league it's still at least considering they don't want to be dropping points before this Man City game.
There's no way he's playing and he's feeding.
He's I get you.
Yeah,
that's what I was afraid you'd say, and I think I agree. It is good news. I think apparently Rafinha should be okay, so he's got a nice fixture against Southampton as well. But touching on the captaincy again, I think if I was looking to make up ground this week or any week, but if I was like going, I need to have a bit of a differential. Kane or Son captain against Newcastle it's very appetizing. I would have no issue. Obviously, I think Kane is on mad form at the moment compared to Son, but like Son proved it against West Ham that he can outscore Kane in any game. So
it's just the thing with Spurs being Spursy.
Yeah,
it scares me sometimes. I just know Liverpool. Like I just know Salah's going to bang. But in saying that, I mean, you got to look at it. Of course we know Salah's the obvious candidate. Watford are probably worse than Newcastle. Newcastle are actually they're still shit, but I mean they've got more fight. They've got more fight in them at the minute.
Yeah, they're massively improved. I think they've.
I think Newcastle will give Spurs a better game than Watford will give Liverpool anyway. So
I think that's a fair shout. Yeah, I agree. I think that's a fair shout, and I think Salah also has precedent against Watford. So that's going to be in the back of the people's mind. No, I do think the Salah at home to Watford. It's one of those fixtures that if you didn't captain him and he went mad, you'd feel a lot worse about it than if you didn't captain Kane and he went mad. Because it's just one of those ones.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think that about wraps up Game Week 31. We're nearly finished the episode, but before we do, we'll fly over to the FPL Hangover Mini League and see what the crack is. Paddy, have you got some stats there? You can.
I do indeed. I do indeed.
Okay, I shall pull. I'll let you pull them up, and I will call out No Shock, who's still at number one. Ian Quinn, Quinners winners. He's still sitting
running away
in
with
pole
it?
position. No, he's not running away with it. There is some fantastic competition this season at the top. He's 2-1-4-7. Second place is Spreadsheet Warrior Scott Kent. He's 2-1-2-5. So there's only 22 points in it. Do you know what I mean?
Wow.
Between nothing and then
Did he get many points? Sorry.
57 and Game Week 31.
Okay, so he beat me. Fair enough.
Yeah, and so did our second place. He got 68, and so did
fuck
our
him
third
too.
place Paddy. He got 52.
Oh, fuck him.
But that's Martin Baker at 52 points. He's only 3 points off third. So I mean, like, there's
Not bad for a
literally
casual.
there's 25. I actually listened to their above average. You ever listen to those guys?
No.
Yeah, they did one this week. It was interesting because it wasn't like a standard like Game Week 31 preview. They were just kind of talking about a bunch of odd stats and rotations and stuff. It was definitely enjoyable. I would recommend.
Yeah, well, I will give it a listen. I mean, like, I don't even listen to our podcast.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
I don't blame you.
I don't, but I will start listening to more podcasts actually.
But I just think we're biting off more than we can chew, calling them a casual. So I was trying to backtrack and get it out of.
Yeah, I just call everyone a casual. You know?
Throw around that C word like there's no tomorrow. But speaking of casuals, in fourth places is Stoney's Duds, Stonal Hannigan. Fifth place, Shawshank Redmondson. Jesus, I can't pronounce that. Bitin Mukherjee. Sixth place.
Jeez, apologies to that person.
I know, I absolutely butchered it. But sixth place, Emil Smith, Joe, Jack Spalding. Seventh place, the Manchester Mamba, Mike Halpin. Eighth, to Tita Suarez, Paddy Pad. Ninth, the Invincibles, Emil Seidlich. Las Vegas FC in number 10. And there's only fucking 60 points in the top 10, between the top 10. So there's still a bit of
it's all to play for.
Shenanigans. Yeah, exactly, it's all to play for. But yeah, you have some stats going back to Game Week 20 for me?
I do indeed, and we'll get the most important one out of the way first. It's to do with me. I beat 39%. I beat 58 people in the league this week.
Excellent.
Yeah, that's 39%. So the highest and lowest points, and like I have a massive snigger on here for one of these guys. First of all, anyway, we'll give Hoodlums FC, who it's Cameron North. And I think there's another. Yeah, Cameron North and Cian McGinley. Two of those guys were the highest scoring managers of the week. They got 81 points. Like that's fucking amazing. Like, you know. And then, what do you hear this? The worst fucking manager, like the walk of shame.
Go for it.
Like, I'm going to give you 2 guesses. How many points did he get?
17.
No.
Lower?
Yes.
Oh, I don't know. Tell me.
Just take a fucking guess.
Or 8. 8. You got 8 points.
Right, okay. No, he didn't. He got 4 points. Like, how is that possible?
I guess. I mean, like, he could just be a dead team.
But how the fuck do you get 4 points? Even a dead team, like 4 points?
I saw a few people with 0 points. A couple of dead teams.
No, we need to have an inquiry into this. Orange to Athletic, anyway. Ian Walsh, 4 points. Yeah. Must have had like fucking Jimenez captain or something. The highest riser in your league this week was Smuggy Duggy, Alan Dugan, who rose up 11 places.
Nice for a bit.
Frank's Fools, Frank Fallon, he dropped like a stone, 14 places down. Let's see who else. Most points on the bench. Matthew, who is at FPL last. He had 21 points on his bench. Matinez 3 points, Madison 10, Tierney 6, and Cash 2.
But did he just probably was bench wanker this week, was he?
No, well, I don't know.
Do you know the way to? We had a blank. There's no way.
Maybe he did. Maybe he did. Maybe he did. I don't know.
They're trying to cod you, Paddy. They have your number.
They have me.
Yeah.
Right. So, transfer genius this week goes to McGarley Kate, Maury McDonahada, however the fuck that is, like Irish or something.
What's this Irish you speak of?
Yeah, I don't know. So 14 points. They got rid of Salah and they got rid of Dennis, and they brought in Barnes for 5 points, and they brought in Kane for 13 points. That was for a hit.
That's a good
So
hit.
I don't. Is it good?
Well, Salah and who did you say? Salah and Barnes.
Yeah, Salah and Dennis out.
Yeah. So I mean, they
We
transferred.
want Salah back in very soon, though.
Yeah, but I mean, transferred in 18 points and probably, captain Kane as well. So I mean, but I'm with you. Like, but there was a lot of people talking about that Salah move last week. Salah to
Yes,
Barnes.
hokey cookie. So the worst transfers were from losing eras, GM Adika, and he sold Walker's Peters,
Okay.
who got 0, and he also sold Antonio, who got 1. Probably should have sold those 3 months ago. And he brought in Cody for 1 point, and he brought in Jimenez for -2, and he done that for a hit of -4. So, ouch, ouch, ouch.
I'd say a lot of people got stung by that. I mean,
yeah,
I got
there definitely
Jimenez
was.
in, so fucking hell, you know.
Now, one of my favorite ones is this one, and it's the best differential of your league. And only 3 people had this guy. 2% ownership, 2.8% overall ownership, and he got 13 game week points. You'll never guess who it is.
No.
Probably. It's Luke Ayling for Leeds.
That was my first guess.
Yeah, I was thinking that. And it was the 3 guys who had him were James Stevens, Dr. M. Stevens, and Prav Gill, Shady FC, Darwin FC, and Tiger James. So there you have it.
They would have been pretty happy with that Friday night.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. But that's perfect. Thank you for that, Paddy.
No worries.
I do quite enjoy those kind of weird stats. It really, I think it humanizes the league a little bit.
Yeah, I do enjoy it myself, though.
Until you find out they're all infected by Russian bots.
Yeah.
It's actually just you and me in the league. Seamus isn't doing it anymore. But we can leave it there, and we'll check back in next week and see how they get on. Paddy, tell everybody where they can find you.
You can get me on Twitter at FPLViking_, and you can get me on Instagram at the Viking Dippers.
Excellent. And if you want to reach out to the show, you can get us on Twitter at fplhangover, or you can send us an email. That's fplhangover@gmail.com. If you enjoyed what you heard, please drop a like or a comment or subscribe. Do the usual. It helps us out, and it'll keep you informed for when the next episode comes out. But you know the drill by now. Enjoy game week 31, and God bless.